Hi, I'm Drex, and this is Introduction to Poi Spinning from Spinballs. In this video, we're going to cover your first two wall plane moves, the butterfly and its close cousin, thread the needle. Butterflies are performed by having the two pois spin in together opposite in wall plane, and they're usually the first trick in wall plane that a spinner learns. We're going to start off learning this trick by not involving the poi at all. Wrap them up until you're holding the poi heads, and then stretch your arms out to the side. Now bring them both up above your head before crossing them over each other and pointing them down towards the ground before opening back up to the position that we started in. You can think of this as having your hands in together opposite, like they themselves are a set of poi with your handles at your shoulders. You should find that as you do this exercise, your hands are performing overlapping circles nearly flat against your chest. Typically, as your arms cross over the middle, you'll find that your dominant one comes down on top. Now release one coil of the tether and perform this exercise again. You may find that you have to change the speed with which your arms move in order to perform this move in a more stable fashion. Once you can perform 10 circles in a row like this, release an additional coil of the tether and work to perform 10 circles in a row. Release the poi to full length if they're not already, and again, work to perform 10 circles in a row. Now work to create smaller circles with your arms, first spinning from your elbows, then from your wrists, and then from your hands. Ideally, you should be able to perform this move with your hands touching. Now here are a few things to watch out for as you learn this move. First, it should be said to the men out there that you will injure yourselves in a very uncomfortable way. It's not a question of if, but when. Take a fiver and work at it again. Second, you may find yourself tangling the poi at the top or bottom of this trick. The root cause of this is a lack of separation between the poi planes. It may not seem like it, but at the top of this trick, your dominant hand should be tilting the poi plane slightly back at you, so that on top, it's closer to you than the other hand's poi plane, and on bottom, it's farther away from you than that other hand's poi plane. You can practice this by spinning one poi in your dominant hand and working to tilt the plane back and forth until you feel more or less in control of it. Don't worry, even though the poi plane on this hand isn't perfectly straight, your audience is none the wiser. Also, don't forget to learn this trick going the other direction so the poi are coming up through the middle rather than down through the middle. Thread the needles are very similar to butterflies, but switch which hand is on top every repetition of the move. Again, you're going to want to start by shortening up your poi and performing large circles in together opposite with your full arms. But this time alternate which hand is on top every time your arms cross, switching them when your hands are pointed up. Like we did with the butterfly, you're going to want to release one coil of the poi tether and work to perform 10 repetitions of this move with your poi head now feeling like an extension of your arm. You'll almost certainly have to make adjustments for the new length. If you find that the poi are going slack as they go up and over, it means your hands are not moving fast enough. If, on the other hand, you find that your poi are just flailing about wildly, it means that your hands are going too fast and must be slowed down. Let out another coil and try for an additional 10 reps. Again, you'll likely have to adjust the speed with which you move in order to clean it up. Release the poi to full length and again work to perform this move with smaller and smaller circles from your hands, switching from rotating at the shoulders to the elbows to the wrists. If you can perform this move at the wrists, congratulations, you're performing a thread the needle. Frequently, this move is performed such that the hands and wrists remain in contact with each other and do not separate as the trick is performed. It's not unusual for people to find themselves tangling or slamming the poi together at the top or bottom of this pattern. This is usually the result of not creating enough clearance for the poi to slide past each other across the top. Whichever hand is on top at any given moment should be several inches closer to your body than the hand that's on bottom. You really can't overdo this. It's also helpful to bear in mind that you're switching the forward hand when the poi are out to the sides, so that by the time they're pointing up, they should already have plenty of clearance. Again, learn this trick in both forwards as well as reverse. Butterflies and thread the needles are among the most appealing poi tricks performed in wall plane, plus which they set up a lot of great tricks we'll cover later on. Thanks so much for watching. Now show us what you can do. Share your photos and videos of your progress with Spinballs.